How's it going, everybody? This is Seer here, and I wanted to discuss this cloud, the Mighty, the Immortal, and the Uncanny. The main reason for that is because we have a lot of projects that we have to work on, and we do have that level cap that we keep discussing. Because having 8 reworked characters, we have 2 new characters, plus we have the final member, the Absolute A-Force, having their offers come out later this week. There's a lot of different ways to where you can really try to approach this. But in the end, I do recommend that you always take these new characters up to that max level that you can, max gear tier. So for me, I do want to try to get them all to level 100, G19, and really maximize what this team can bring. But there's a lot of different paths that you can take on this. So I want to discuss the pathing on how to approach these teams today. Now, if we end up scrolling down, the first member that they mentioned on here is going to be Jean Grey. She's going to be the Immortal X-Men and Uncanny Avengers. So this is going to be the Cosmic Crucible side of things, along with the Raid side of things. The following member on here is going to be Hercules, who's a Mighty Avenger and Uncanny Avenger. So that's going to be the War and Raid side of things. So as you see, there's 3 paths that you can take. The first being, are you a Cosmic Crucible player? Are you a War player? Or do you only worry about raids and let the other stuff kind of build itself? So that's the 3 paths that you have to really work with on here. So something I wanted to discuss is if we kind of go down on this list, for the Immortal X-Men, we have Cable, we have Polaris, we have Storm, and we have Beast. So that's going to be the 4 reworked characters for the Immortal X-Men. However, for the Uncanny Avengers, we have Beast and Storm that is listed on here for that. If we scroll up, Polaris is only the Immortal X-Men. Cable is the Immortal X-Men as well. So we do have one member from the Mighty Avenger side of things who is Falcon, Mighty Avenger, and Uncanny Avenger. So that's going to be the 3 reworked characters that's going to be going into the raid. That we have Jean Grey and Hercules that's going to make up that Uncanny Avenger side of things. The rest of the Mighty Avengers is going to end up being Invisible Woman. We have Scarlet Witch, and we have Vision. Now, one of these characters actually piques my interest quite a bit, which is Invisible Woman. So I do want to hurry up and jump in game over here and kind of show you where my current progress is with these 8 reworked characters. I was able to get them all up to level 85 right now, and now I'm going to start building the Cosmic Crucible side of things. However, it's not just going to be that. So right now I'm going to work on getting Storm up to level 100, G19, then I'm going to get Beast there. The reworks, from what people are saying, should be in game probably about Thursday. So I do want to try to get Invisible Woman taken care of by the time next round of Cosmic Crucible comes out. The main reason is if we look at the passive on her, she still has Fantastic Four callouts on her, and so does Mr. Fantastic. So for her, she's going to be putting out a lot of barrier. She's going to have those new stats. And when you attack the barrier, you're going to be getting those retaliates, which is going to be very impactful. Now, as you see here, there is a gain 20% health for Fantastic Four, Namor, She-Hulk allies. Also gain 20% health. I'm fairly certain this portion of the kit is going to go away because they've been taking those portions of the kits away and building them more into the stats that they currently have. However, if we do want to pull up, I want to pull up the Illuminati really quick. The main reason, if we look at Mr. Fantastic's kit, his passive does have Fantastic Four callouts in it. So there's going to be combinations to where he's going to be able to put Assist Now out on Fantastic Four or Illuminati allies. That's kind of key. If we look at the full Illuminati, we have Captain Britain, Hank Pym, and Black Panther Shuri. Those 3 is kind of a core trio that we use with Odin and usually a pre-time. This is going to allow us to use Black Bolt, who in his passive does give 50% health in Crucible to Illuminati members. So that's really going to make them beefy. Iron Man, his kit ends up giving out ability energy to heroes and additional to Illuminati. So we're able to really start feeding ability energy over to a lot of these characters. Then we have Mr. Fantastic. So if you see what I'm getting at, I'm fairly certain that Black Bolt, Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, we can slot Invisible Woman into the mix on there, and we have a very nice 4-piece core that we can start playing with as far as getting some nice teams created for Cosmic Crucible on here. So she's going to be the third project that I'm going to be looking at for these reworked teams. Once I get Storm, Beast, Invisible Woman taken care of, I'm going to start finishing off Polaris and Cable. Then I'm going to jump over to Falcon, Vision, and Scarlet Witch. So the trio that I'm looking at for the Immortal X-Men is going to be Storm, Beast, Jean Grey. I think Cable's going to be pretty good as far as giving the speed to the team, and he's going to be pretty high damage. I really want to see what these two could end up doing. I think Cable's going to be a little bit better, mainly because of the turn meter that he's able to give to the team, and he does have some synergy with Jean Grey. As far as the Mighty Avengers, we definitely have Hercules. I think Invisible Woman, and people are sleeping on her because the retaliates that she ends up giving when you attack her barrier with the new stats and her hitting you back, that's going to be a lot of damage that she's going to be able to dish out on there, plus all the barrier that she is able to start bringing to the team. Falcon, he definitely piques my interest, having it to where he has the turn meter that he's able to give to the team, and the ultimate is going to hit very hard, especially if they have a lot of positive effects. I think that's going to end up being very impactful for what could end up being done to him. Vision and Scarlet Witch, they did end up getting like the Proxima Midnight Corvus Blade treatment to where the basics do assist each other. So that is pretty interesting. Having it to where your Scarlet Witch potentially can make it to where Vision ults on turn 1 because he is a turn 2 ult right now. But having it to where he's able to do a turn meter rewind, get trauma out on the field, ability blocks, I think that's pretty good. I just want to see who the trio is going to be. I think Invisible Woman's going to be up there. Then it might be Vision due to the damage, or Falcon, depending on what team you're really punching into. Then, of course, Hercules will end up being there. As far as the Uncanny Avengers, definitely build those three. So that was going to be Storm, Beast, Falcon. So if you aren't a War player or a Cosmic Crucible player, definitely focus on those three characters. Then I would say slowly build up these other characters. Those new stats are going to be very impactful. If you've already noticed, ever since Ares came out, the stat jumps that they have, and now that we have Shadow King out, this is going to be another level of stat jump. It kind of seems like anytime there's a new legendary character, they kind of do a little bit more of a creep than what they've done in the past. So these characters are going to be very impactful. Very good plug and play use, especially Falcon, Cable. Like I mentioned with Invisible Woman, I'm going to be using her with the Illuminati. Storm and Beast, I might end up using them with some of the Extreme X-Men. I think there's going to be more modular things that we can do with this team than what we're already thinking of. But I just wanted to make this video to show you guys how I plan to approach this team. And hopefully you guys have a plan in mind as well. Let me know in the comments section. Are you going to focus more on the Immortal X-Men or the Mighty Avengers side of things? Or just kind of slow build them as they kind of happen? But if you did enjoy this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have one for the rest of the day.